What is good, group number one? For those of y'all who are drawn to the first image, this is going to be y'all's reading on today. We're going to be looking into how does your boss view you? Um, whether you work for someone else or even if you work for yourself, this could be how you view yourself. Just take what resonates, or even maybe how if you work for yourself, like have your own business or something, this could be like maybe how does competitors view you? But let's go ahead and hop in. So, spirit guides, how does group number one's boss view them? Okay. What's just one card, right? Okay. So y'all got the five of wands to start off, two of wands. It's this three of cups, the world. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. At the bottom of the deck, you have the devil, and then on the other bottom of the deck, you got the hierophant or hierophant. Okay, so the first message I got was they're not going to be around much longer. I'm also getting 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So your boss may view you as like ready for something different, for something more. I feel like there could be a bit of, for some of you, complacency. For some of you, this could be you just may not even like your position. You may not even like your job in general. Um, but it's something about your actions that kind of shows that to your boss. Um, However, I'm also getting like they don't blame you. Maybe for some of you, your boss doesn't even really like the job or doesn't even really want to be there. Maybe they may complain, um, but they see that with you. But they also see with this two of wands energy, they see a lot of potential. They see a lot of, especially we got this higher front here, and then it's two of wands. It feels like they see you as somebody who is ready for more. Um, but they also may see that you could be a little like indecisive. You may not be sure of what you want to do next, um, or what other type of jobs or positions you may be up for next. Um, you may have like a bit of an idea, but I feel like they view you as like you deserve more. You deserve to be on a higher up position. um, for some of you, your boss may even feel that with this five of wands energy that you could do their job better than they could. Um, so there can be a little bit of conflict there. Some of you may even have a bit of conflict with your boss. Um, but I am picking up again, like they definitely feel like you could do better than where you are right now. Um, for some of you, they may view you as playing it small. Again, they see you as like higher up on the ladder than where you currently are. They feel like you could benefit from a bigger or higher up position, a managerial role. A I'm hearing executive, and I'm also hearing chief. um I'm also hearing administration. So some of you could work really well on like the decision making side of things, like the higher up side of things, versus what is it? So the analogy I'm getting is the balcony versus the dance floor. So the dance floor to me is like, the regular workers, the people who are in the thick of it on a day-to-day basis, versus the balcony are the people who are like managers, supervisors, higher ups, the ones that are kind of like looking down and seeing what's going on the floor from a more higher up perspective. So they feel like you would benefit from being on the balcony versus being on the dance floor. Now, whether they tell you this or not, probably not. But again, they do see you or view you as somebody who could, even possibly take their position one day, or, um, um, again, like do better things than where you currently are right now. They may view you as being stuck in a way, but more so of like you mentally stuck. Not necessarily, it's not necessarily that you are actually stuck. I feel like it's more of a state of mind. I feel like there's a little bit of conflict going around in the workplace here also. And I feel that your boss would kind of like to release you from it, or free you from this conflict. I feel like overall they like you, um, but it's kind of like why is group number one even here? Like they should be doing more. They should be, applying for higher up positions. They should be aiming for something higher or better. For some of you, you may be like, okay, well, why don't they promote me, or why they don't, give me a raise or whatnot? It's this five of wands energy. They they see you as doing better, or living up to, higher standards, but they don't want you to pass them up. Um, yeah. Now, also with this five of wands energy, I feel like you could be good at training others. Um, because five of wands also talks about like trainings. So I feel like you could be good at maybe showing new people the ropes. Showing others how to do things in like a, if not a correct way, but in a, this is what works for me, and this is how I'm able to be more effective and efficient in doing this. So here's how, let me show you how I do it. Um, now, is this, am I doing what's part of our policies and procedures? That could be a iffy thing, but um, this is again, I haven't gotten any complaints about it yet. I'm still being effective and efficient. But again, this is how I do it. I just noticed she got all her titties out. All right. Let's see. Someone here could be a bartender, and they make feel like you make good drinks. Not for everybody. Hmm. I feel like they feel that you work well with others. You're good at collaborating with others, whether you want to or not. But I feel like you work pretty well. I feel like if you're somebody who tend to keep to yourself or don't really, fuck with a whole lot of people there, they feel like regardless of that, you can put that to the side and still, again, like do well with like showing people the ropes, training people, helping people out, supporting others, and collaborating when you need to. But they also may feel that you may prefer to kind of do things yourself. What else? Is there anything else? Okay, you got the Nine of Pentacles that came out. And again, at the bottom of the deck, King of Wands, and then the Knight of Swords. So they view you as a really great leader, um, but specifically they view you as a natural leader. It's like you don't have to fight, you don't have to try too hard. You're not, you know, walking around like your shit don't stink. You're somebody who's very humble with it. Um, Now, King of Wands can be a bit of a cocky or arrogant energy. So they may, as far as viewing you wise, that may be how they view you, but is that actually, who you are? No. I feel like you're just good at your job. You can't help that. You know what you're doing. So they may kind of view you from a cocky or arrogant perspective, just for the simple fact that you're good at your job and you know that you're good at your job. You're more confident than anything, but you may have your boss, and I'm even picking up coworkers who may view you as like a know-it-all, or again, a bit of cocky or arrogant. But again, you're not that. You're just good at your job. I mean, what's the opposite of that? Not being good at your job? Like, what else do they want? Um, but again, ultimately, it's like you're a natural born leader. You're um, very natural at what you do. And I feel like you do things with grace. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Cups energy. You work with grace. I'm also hearing integrity. Um, for the most part, some of you may kind of cut corners sometimes. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm a bit of a bit of a rebel myself. Because why the fuck not? But yeah, I definitely feel like um, they really admire you. They really look up to what you do and what you're able to produce. And you know, they would be happy if you were to move up to a bigger, higher up position than where you currently are. All right, so group number one, I think there's all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how the reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see y'all in my next reading. Peace out. All right, what's good, group number two? For those of y'all who are drawn to the second image, this is going to be y'all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on how does your boss view you. So this is for group number two, spirit guides. How does their boss view them? Okay, one more. Thank you. I'm gonna fit this one right here. All right, so okay, cool. So you got the Empress, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups, Four of Cups, and then the Star card. This is a star, right? Yeah. And then at the bottoms of the deck, you got the King of Cups here, and then on the other bottom of the deck, you got the Five of Pentacles. Something about holding you back. They feel that you maybe like playing it small or holding yourself back in some type of way. They view you as somebody very creative. Um, you have a very unique way of doing things, something about organization, like you may have a like be good at organizing things, or you may have a specific way of organizing things that works for you. Um, I feel like for some of you here also, you may, because I'm looking at this Four of Cups energy, excuse me, um, you may be someone who, you can work as a team, but you may prefer to kind of work on your own. Because again, there's this energy of like, like you have your own way of doing things that works for you and that you know for sure that it works out. Um, but you may tend to like isolate yourself, or you may tend to just kind of go at things on your own. You may be somebody who, Five of Cups energy, you may be someone who asks for forgiveness versus asking for permission. Um, and it's not that necessarily your boss doesn't like that. They actually kind of admire that about you. Um, but again, they do notice that about you. Sometimes they may, push you more, or push you to kind of, I'm hearing socialize or like work with others, collaborate with others. Um, but they do it in like they definitely want what's best for you, and they want to kind of help you grow. Something about helping you grow as a leader could be significant here, or helping you grow as far as your skills and talents. I'm hearing exploit. So I feel like you have like a specific talent that your boss really recognizes with you, and they use that talent often. So there may be a certain like task or responsibility that you may notice that they give to you a lot more than they give to other staff members. Um, but it's not necessarily that they're taking advantage of you or anything. I mean, some of you, you know, they could, but for most of you here, it's more so of like, I know that group number two will be the best at doing this thing. I know the group number two will be the best at being on the cash register or being on the specific station. I know group number two will be the best at, um, I don't know, training, or um, being over in this department. Like it's something specific that you do really, really, really well. And they may tend to kind of put you on that task often, or give you that responsibility often. Um, but it may have to do regarding your creativity here. For some of you, on the outside, you may come off as a little unapproachable. You got the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then you got the Four of Cups. So I don't know if some of you may have a bit of a RBF, um, but your boss may feel like you aren't like the most approachable. But when people do approach you, um, you are actually quite cool. You're very cool. You're very nice, for the most part. Depending on who the person is. But you're a very cool individual. I feel like they view you as, um, you know, how you present yourself on the outside doesn't always match up to who you are on the inside. And this could be regarding like your looks, maybe for some of you, the way that you dress, the way that you may express yourself. Um, but there's this energy of group number two they may look like they may bite you, and they might bite you if you fuck with them too much. But they're actually really cool. They're very genuine. King of Cups energy. I feel like you are a very genuine individual. You're very straight up. Um, again, you are very like, chill individual, a chill staff member, a chill coworker to be around. Um, but again, there's just something about like how you may come off sometimes. Some of you can have a bit of an intimidating energy to you. Uh, what else? They feel that you have with the star energy, you have a bit of a healing energy to you as well. Um, which is probably why you may look like you're not the most approachable. I feel like a lot of light workers, and people who have that natural healing energy, they may have this external way of presenting themselves that may come off as a little intimidating to kind of like shy people away. The energy I'm getting is like a peacock. Peacocks are really beautiful. They're pretty, but when their feathers, come out like that, to predators, they may come off as like big and bad. Um, but when that peacock, lets their feathers down, they're this very majestic, very beautiful animal. And I feel like that's the energy that you kind of come off to or come off as when it comes to, your place of work. But it's more of a means of protection versus a means of just trying to, shoot people off. Um, so I just feel like you're a no nonsense type of individual, and your boss knows that. Your coworkers know that. Hell, even customers or clients know that. But also, um, again, when people do or are able to get in your energy, you do have this very calm, very relaxing, very chill and healing energy to you. Um, I feel like another thing your boss views you as very, take this as it resonates, but I'm getting it. They view you as very like physically attractive. I feel like they, with this star energy here, they feel like you could, maybe be a model or, maybe, be in the spotlight in some type of way. If not a model, but again, like maybe in the spotlight or, um, I don't know if you may make content creation, um, something of that sort, but they definitely feel that you have a very magnetic energy to you, very confident, very, um, or yeah, um, for some of you, they may feel like you could work on your confidence a little bit better. But for most of you here, you have a very magnetic energy to you. You just may not always have the best, you know, approachable looks or energy to you sometimes. For someone here too, your boss can view you as sometimes being a little negative. That's for somebody here. But again, very attractive. They definitely see you as very attractive. Sometimes you may not see that in yourself. You may not notice how attractive you are. But for some reason, your boss definitely recognizes that. And it's not necessarily that they want to like holler at you or harass you or anything like that. But again, this is how your boss views you. This may even be how a lot of other people view you. So take where it resonates here. Anything else? They feel like when you do open up to people, you are very good at communicating with people. You're very good at talking to people and building connections with others. If you work with like retail, you may be very good at connecting with your customers, kind of seeing what they may want or need, and helping them find that. I don't know, retail is coming through. I'm also hearing campus. I don't know, some of you may work like a college or school campus. Interesting energy. Okay. But group number two, I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see y'all in my next reading. Peace out. All right, what is good? Group number three. For those of y'all who are drawn to group three, this is going to be y'all's reading today. We're going to be getting some quick messages on how does your boss view you. All right, Spirit guys, this is for group number three. How does their boss view them? For group number three, how does their boss view them? I'm hearing shit. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Half of my deck fell on the floor. Okay, what was I getting? I was hearing something out of nothing. So you may be somebody who they may view as very resourceful. And speaking of that, you got the magician here. Literally. Um, the magician is depicted with all four suits of the tarot on the card here. Pentacles, cups, swords, wands. Um, the magician also talks about, resourcefulness, everything that you need to go on this fool's journey. Um, so yeah, I definitely feel like your boss views you as um very like reliable, very dependable. Um, but also very, some of you may be very quick-witted or very quick on your feet. Um, like you are very good at like problem solving, troubleshooting, things of that sort. Something about being very strategic as well. You're very good at strategizing, planning. Um, for many of you, your boss may feel that you could do their job better than them. Um, or you could even possibly, end up in their position one day or in like a very similar position. But yeah, very good at like, again, like being very resourceful, even if it's like you may not have something or there may be something not available, you're able to like think on your feet and come up with the next best option. So again, very quick with it. And I really like that about you. Again, that's why they view you as very reliable. So you got the world, the page of pentacles, five of pentacles, five of swords, and then the moon. So I feel like they, again, with this five of swords energy is very much of a strategic energy here. Um, for some of you with this five of swords and five of pentacles, they may feel that you are about to like leave soon or quit soon. You may be, interviewing other places right now or even applying for other places. Um, but they fear losing you. I feel like you are I didn't get these with the other groups, but your boss definitely feels like you are a great asset to the team. You are somebody who they can truly rely on, somebody who they know will do their job, and do their job excellently. You operate out of the energy of excellence. Um, excellence. You're very efficient with what you do, and you also produce very effective results here. But again, they definitely may fear that you may be looking for somewhere else, or you may be looking to, move to a different company or organization, or even like move up. Um, they will definitely love if you were to move up higher up on the ladder. Um, but again, they really enjoy where you are right now. I don't know if some of you may experience a little like performance punishment, um, to where it's almost like you're expected to just do what you currently do. Um, I don't know. Look up performance punishment. Could be significant for some of y'all. Um, it's kind of like when you're really good at your job and like managers or supervisors, they just want to, like, you're really good at your job and they just want to kind of keep you there. But it's not always out of malicious intent. It's more of kind of convenience for them, but inconvenient for you. Um, but some of you may feel like you're overworked, underpaid. You can be, you know, Page of Pentacles, you're kind of playing it small. You may spend more time, like, again, like maybe doing your boss's job or training others, helping others when, that's supposed to be like somebody else's job, and not yours. Some of you may already be about to quit or have already put in your 2 weeks or put in your notice. Take where it resonates here, or you may be, or your boss may fear that that's what's coming in next. This moon energy, they feel that you can be secretive. You may be somebody who moves in silence. You don't always, what's the phrase? You don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So they may feel that, you got your own, you're making moves behind the scenes, you're doing things, you're getting ready to, make some changes, to move on with this world energy. With this world energy is also about completion. So they may feel like your time there, maybe in the organization, or maybe just like in that current position that you are, like that time is up, like you are ready for different, you're ready for more, you're ready for something, you're ready for a change. And they can definitely see that. So for some of you, you may be experiencing a little like lackluster, maybe a little bit of like, you know, feeling really tired or drained at your job. And it's because you are ready for something different. You are ready for more. So definitely, if you have been putting in applications or looking for somewhere different, definitely be expecting new opportunities with this Page of Pentacles energy and the Magician, which talks about manifestation. Um, Definitely be looking forward to something different, whether it's, a promotion or at where you currently are, a different position or department of where you are, or just overall a different company, organization, or whatnot. But I definitely feel again with this world energy, like, you've completed a cycle. You already done what you needed to done. You've learned what you needed to learn. In fact, you you may be like so good at it that again, like you're kind of better at your boss, or you're kind of better than your boss. I don't know, why am I tasting Hawaiian punch? Hmm. I'm also tasting like red Kool-Aid. That's so weird. I don't know. That can be significant for somebody here. Like my clairsentient has been like has been kind of kicking up lately. I've been kind of tasting things or smelling things randomly. I'm still kind of getting a hold of it. I don't really always know how to decipher that. I'm gonna kind of sit with it. Something about, okay, so drinking the Kool-Aid. So that, like, metaphorically is when people talk about like others drinking the Kool-Aid, that talks about like conforming or yeah, like conforming to a situation or conforming to an environment or a group of people. I feel like you are somebody who has not tasted the Kool-Aid. You have not like for a while you've been very, dependent or very loyal to, your team, your organization, your company. You've been very, um again, just very dependent on them for a while. Um in my current job, they call it bleeding blue. Um, the organization's colors are blue, um, or at least where I work. And, bleeding blue is like, oh, I'm super loyal to this organization, and I'm gonna, work my way up in this organization. I'm gonna stay here forever. But like I feel like, for a while that was your mindset, but I feel like for many of you that has changed. You have gained a new perspective. You've gained a new, like, a newfound idea of who you are and what you bring to the table, your skills, your talents, your gifts. And it's like, I'm playing it small with this Page of Pentacles energy. I'm playing it really small, and I can be doing something a lot more, a lot bigger than where I am right now. Some of you, you may even be looking into like entrepreneurship, starting your own business, doing your own thing, being your own boss, and that's great. That's right up your alley. Um, but again, your boss would definitely miss having you around because you are probably one of the best at your job. You may be one of those like high performers, and you may be noticing like low performers or even like the personality higher being promoted or given opportunities more than you are. Um, and you're noticing a lot of things, and you're like, okay, I don't like that. I don't want that. So, let me take my skills and talents and, you know, make my way elsewhere. Three of Pentacles energy at the bottom of the deck. So you're very, um, they feel like you're very good at collaborating with others, very good at collaborating with, with them. Um, and you're just overall a very great employee and person to work with. And again, you will be highly missed. Like literally, this may even be like the energy of like you leave, and there may be people who start to leave after you. Like that's how influential you are at your current job. So not even just your boss views you as highly, but your coworkers and peers also look up to you as well. Anything else with this, spirit guides? I don't think so. Um, all right, so group number three, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see y'all in my next reading. Peace out.